Why should you be running zone 2? The lovely sun is already out. Every run is a good run. Keep running, folks. Keep running. Keep going. Last couple of miles, and that will be 16 kilometers for the day. Good morning. Oh, it's a lovely Sunday morning. 6:30 a.m. Cool breeze. And I am out for my long, slow distance run today. Run is always a good getaway. I will try to run more in zone 2. Zone 2 is good. 126 BPM. Keep going guys, keep going. Why should you be running zone 2? Well, I've been practicing zone 2 from last 4 weeks, and I have seen that running in zone 2 is helping me to maintain a lower heart rate for a longer time at the same pace. So the first promise which I read about was that it builds up the aerobic base. So I think that part is working. The most scenic part of this running route, away from the urban landscape, just crossed the Gadi village, and now you see our open farms, abundant greenery. I'm just walking under the shades of the neem tree, which has got excellent medicinal value. So I'm now about to finish the second mile. I'm still doing about 128 beats per minute. So that's a great news. The promise number 2. The zone 2 second promise was that the stress on the body will be lesser. So you can add more runs to your week, which is a boon for a working professional who's already putting in about 10 hours every day, and plus another 1.5 hour driving to and fro from the work. So while I was able to manage only about 2 to 3 runs a week, but with addition of the zone 2, fatigue time and recovery time are lesser. Therefore, I'm easily able to do about 5, and on average, I'm able to do about 4 runs per week. So this is like adding another 15 kilometers to 20 kilometers mileage to my current running regime. So the promise number 2 is fulfilled. Whew. About to complete my mile number 3, and now comes the zone 2 promise number 3. Well, running professional like me, 10 hours of working in information technology, mostly sitting, fat is a big challenge. Sugar rush, raking brains, asking for a lot of coffee, and sometimes chocolate. Adding a lot of calories. Whoa, that was fast. Adding a lot of calories and fat loss becomes a problem. Well, I've been trying to beat the fat through aggressive and fast running, but I am thankful, there goes mile number 3, that I came across the zone 2 running. The zone 2 running has helped me to work in a zone where the body is burning maximum amount of fat it can during the exercise. And in these 4 weeks, I can already feel the difference, that my waist has come down by an inch. And really, I have not made any change to my current diet pattern. It's just that the number of runs have increased, the duration of the run has increased, and I think that's helping. So, promise number 3, well kept. Mile number 4 about to get completed, and finally the cardiac drift had started. About 135 beats per minute from the last 3 miles. There is an increase of almost about 5 to 10 beats per minute. This is going to be my last mile as far as zone 2 is concerned. So promise number 4, are you new to running or are you prone to injury? Well, I'm not new to running, but prone to injury, yes. And I have been, there you go, mile 4 complete. And I have been into active sports since my teenage and have had multiple kinds of injuries, which includes ACL tear, meniscus tear in the knees with surgeries, then plantar fasciitis due to the shortening of the Achilles tendon, and then very recently I had a dread fall from a bike, which has kind of hurt my spine and hence restricted my running, also decreased the pace and the mobility. So promise number 4 of zone 2 is that once you have completed your rehab, it allows you and enables you to get back to running as frequently as you want. And for last 4 weeks, I have seen the difference because I have increased the number of runs per week by at least 2 to 3 times more, so which is great. And I feel myself more free and agile while I'm running. So promise number 4, are you back from injury? Zone 2, it's a double green tick. Keep running, guys. About to finish mile number 5. I've already drifted into zone 3, and now comes the promise number 5. Well, the promise number 5 for zone 2 is that either you can run for a longer duration or you can run for a longer distance. Now, how does that work? Well, the fuel source in your body is of 2 types. Type number 1 is the carb, which primarily is in zone 4 and zone 5, and the other type is fat, which is in zone 2 and zone 3, and zone 4 is somewhere in between. Now if you start very fast, there you go, mile number 5 complete. I'll just take a U-turn. Yep. So as I was saying, that if you start too fast, then you're actually going to run into your zone 4, zone 5 very quickly, and that's not good, because you're going to burn up your carbohydrates, and then naturally the body is going to slow down. So your distance and your duration both get affected. But if you start slow in zone 2 and spend a lot of time there, then you can actually pace it up later on. Now this formula may not work in your race, but it definitely works during the training time, because in race you're running against a particular time or a group of individuals, depending upon how you compete, or maybe you just want to do your best, beat your best. But during the training time, spending time in zone 2 and zone 3 really helps. So as I'm now on my way back, I've already completed 5 miles in zone 2 and starting off zone 3, and now I'm going to pick up my pace and see that my second half is done faster than the first half. So promise number 5, well kept. Double green tick. Keep going guys, keep going. Running mile number 6 and already increased my cadence from 160 to about 167, 68 now. Keep running folks, keep running. Hey, mile number 6 about to complete. Now I'm scratching my head for the promise number 6. Well, promise number 6 for zone 2. That's a tricky one. I personally feel that zone 2 allows me to, and in fact it should allow everyone to run longer distances, there you go, than they have ever run before. Now if I compare my monsoon running effort from last year to this year, I was only doing 5 kilometers, max to max 10 kilometers, and always running against time. As you can see today, I'm doing a 10-mile effort at about 35 degrees Celsius temperature in about 80 to 90% humidity, and that's like 16 kilometers, and I think that's commendable for me from the year-on-year perspective. So promise number 6, can you run longer? Of course yes. Mile number 7 coming to an end, and the last 2 have been at a slightly higher pace, and I'm already running into the higher end of zone 3, which is great, because that's about 155 beats per minute, and I still feel awesome. I can still talk to you guys. I'm not breathless. Well, I am, but I can still talk. Mile 8 about to complete. Still going strong. Another couple to go. Mile number 9 about to complete. It's extremely hot now. You can see the sun is really out. But just one more mile to go. There you go. Almost at the fag end of my today's long distance training run. About to complete mile number 10. There you go. Mile number 10 complete. Zone 2, zone 3 and zone 4. It has been really a great 10 miler today, right in the middle of August. It is so bright and sunny that at every mile you would want to stop. But it's important to keep going, keep on pounding that next step, because every step gets you closer to the finish line. And when you keep on taking those steps, the steps that count only meters become hundreds, then thousands, then miles, and then distance is just a number. So, my dear friends, zone 2, zone 3 is a great effort. You must practice this effort at least 3 times a week. That's what I am doing, included with interval training, some hill repeats, and a few time trials as well. But the zone 2 and zone 3 long distance effort is really helpful. So, as I always say, keep running, and every run is a good run.